renowned doctors of Juconis Hospital, which is a hospital ng Harvard. No? And we were able to convince them that coconut is not bad per se. Coconut may be saturated fats, but it belongs to the medium chain, which is consumed right away. Bakit ko sinasample yun? Ganito yan ang tingin ko na gustong i-label tayo. Now, why do they want? Because sabi nila, sugar, excessive sugar may result into obesity, and obesity, diabetes will follow. Tama naman. But obesity is not only based on the sugar that you take or the food that you take. Obesity is a lifestyle. You eat too much and you are a couch potato, ay talagang magiging diabetic ka. Oh, di ba? So it is not that sugar alone will result to diabetes. And sugar is not bad per se. Sugar is an energy drink. It gives energy especially to those labor force natin na kulang ang kinakain. And look, ang mga labor, they eat too much of rice, di ba? Rice lang ang kawawa sila, puno. And rice is sugar. Are we going to label rice also? Are we going to label also yung lahat ng cakes, lahat ng binibenta? Cakes, pastries, biscuits, candies, lahat na. Because the moment you single out beverages, then it is probably a class legislation. Because you are not including all sugar. All sugar, alam mo ang sugar is it's being used sa pati pagluto. Yung adobo ng misis ko, Chinese adobo is sweet sugar. Chinese adobo yan. So, my point is, if they want, they should use labeling law. And what is labeling law? Labeling, the right labeling is you should put the manufacturer, the address of the manufacturer, the ingredients, and then siguro I would suggest that they should include also the minimum intake of sugar, of glycemic sugar with glycemic effect. Minimum. Ano ang pwedeng i-take ng body? And so, the function really of the manufacturers is to see to it that all these things are written down explicitly so that people will know. But the job of government, especially DTI, the Consumer Protection Group, as well as the Food and Drug and the Department of Health, is to teach our consumer to appreciate and read the label of each product. It is not our function. It is a government function because it is only government that can have a mass education. You can include that in the curriculum of which we cannot do. Yan ang punto naman namin na.
Parang pinapatay sa rin.
Ha? Oo nga. Hindi, kawawa naman. Why? Then, are we not going to label also? Kung ganun pala tayo, let's label also salt. Because it will, ang mga tuyo, because it will destroy your kidney. We can have also picture of decaying kidney. Do they want that? Eh, may picture na nga yung mga lungs ng cigarette yun. Well, I have no comment on cigarette because it has been proven that it's bad per se. Pero ang sugar is not bad per se. If I stretch further, sugar is the food for the brain. Bihirang nakakaintindi sa inyan. I have read the book written by a famous doctor in Indonesia, but he is famous there, that's why I don't know him. I cannot recall his name. Ang sugar, ito, na-notice nyo, when you are getting old, like me, I'm 76, hindi lang getting old, very old na. I take less of sugar. Tama? Kasi baka ma-diabetes ako. If you take less of sugar, hindi mo napapansin. Pag may edad na may mga nagpipreventa sa intake ng sugar, nagkakaroon ng Alzheimer. Or memory loss ng yung hindi na niya matandaan kung anong ginawa niya. Hanahanap ang salamin, yung pala nakandito sa taas na ganyan, di ba? Hindi, nangyari yan, no? Sa akin, hindi pa naman. My point is, bakit nangyayari yun? Because there is less sugar that goes to the brain. That is food for the brain. Now, but the body has its own formula of producing ketone. Ketone will replace the sugar in the body, yung intake mo ng sugar. And ketone is formulated by your own body, produced by the body, but unfortunately, on a very limited quantity. So, now, doon ang effect noon. Gusto ko lang ipaliwanag, I'm not teaching you, but gusto ko ipaliwanag that sugar is not bad per se, it is the food for the brain. Kaya nga, ang pagkulang ka doon, ang ketone, when you take coconut, it hastens the production of ketone in the body. And ketone is a non-glycemic substitute for sugar. Kaya, if you notice, sa States, ginagamit na yung coconut natin as a cure sa Alzheimer. This can be found in the book of Dr. Newport. Hindi yan cigarette, ha? Dr. Newport treated her husband na nagkaroon ng Alzheimer. Bumibili sa Costco ng coconut. Nagsusolidify ang coconut doon, di ba? Kinukuha niya, hinahalo sa pagkain. The husband was cured. That's why she wrote a book, and now maraming nag-order ng coconut sa atin. When I was president and CEO of CIM Oil Mills, I got inquiries, people from Europe, from the States, trying to buy a coconut. And then ngayon may dinedevelop kami sa coconut that will be a substitute. Hindi parang chocolate.
Sir, ano ba what are you specifically against doon sa labeling?
No, ang labeling, ang
kasi ang gusto lang naman ng information lang. Lagay sa harap.
Hindi, ang gusto naman, ilalagay mo sa harap. Contain this sugar. Hindi naman ganun dapat. Why single out sugar? Eh, yung mga ibang content doon. Halimbawa, yung product mo may salt. Gusto mo bang ilagay din? Eh, yung tuyo, ganong ang portion ng salt ang ilalagay natin doon sa label. And if you want to label itong mga sugary product,
ayaw nyo yung per serving ng
oo, dapat may ilagay lang nyo doon. And if you can implement the law to apply to everyone, then that may be a class legislation. Can you implement that in Starbucks? Oh, can you implement that? In other words, if a law cannot be applied uniformly sa tao, then mahirap talaga. Kaya ang sabi ko, ang batas dapat, ilagay mo anong mga ingredients. Di ba parang yung ano natin, how many percent vitamin A, B, zinc, and so on. Ganun dapat, di makikita mo sugar, then teach the people. Probably even if it is the job of the government, then the confectionaries probably can come up with educational campaign. Oh, ask kami, we will volunteer.
saying what?
Huh?
Saying what?
No, we will say that read the label, your minimum intake of sugar should be this. If you are a couch potato, your minimum is this. If you are doing exercise, your maximum is this. You teach them.
So you don't put that in the label, that's what you're saying. You don't put those things in the label.
Hindi, pwede mo ilagay yung minimum intake lahat. Pwede.
Pero kung you're against
Ang gusto
that,
lang nila, narinig ko yung isang babae na PDTI, kailangan daw sa harap, pakalagay, palagay.
At saka ayaw nyo rin yung per serving, yung count ng sugar.
Anong danger nun, Sir Shane?
Kasi specific ang
Ano,
gusto nang gawin,
What,
sir.
what is the possible adverse effect of that?
Well, I cannot do a production for export and another production for domestic.
Cost na.
So pag nag-export pala ako, nakalagay na doon, di sasabihin
Iba
naman.
naman ang labeling ng export.
Ha?
Iba naman ang labeling talaga ng export.
Nakalagay nga dun for export.
No. Yung pag mga ingredients mo. Oh, are you saying that if they export, they will not be covered by that law?
No,
I mean, sila ang nag-export dito. They will be covered.
import, yun.
Hindi, yung ibang country nag-export dito. Di in-import natin.
Yeah.
O will that be covered or not? So there are so many issues that should be discussed. We are willing to meet with the detail. We are not here just to oppose and oppose. Hindi naman kaming mga oppositor eh. We are here as businessmen and we are here to find a win-win solution and not to mark our products na parang pandirihan mo na yung produkto. Parang masama na right away. And remember that, uulitin ko, sugar is not bad per se.
Pero parang it was the president that who wanted such a leave.
No, the president was talking about tang, yung mga powder. Eh, ang problema dito, remember the president is a visionary. Whoever is on top, the president is not a doctor. The president is a lawyer. Palalagay mo. That's why you have a doctor in the Department of Health. You don't get an engineer to work in the Department of Health. That's why the president has different departments to assist him. So when the president says something, you don't take it hook, line, and sinker. You as the representative in the Department of Health, you should coach the president. Mr. President, ito dapat natin recommend. Or meet with us muna itong mga industry and come back to with the president. Ha?
Nag-meet na daw.
Kaya lang. Anong pinagbitingan?
Nag-meeting na ang
Hindi kayo sinama. Tsaka
Hindi, inimbita nila ako pero gusto nila ako sumali doon sa isang meeting. Eh,
Oh, dalawa
no,
kasing
but
set of
ang tanong ko,
meeting yun.
were you invited?
Consultation with the industry.
No, we should, if we are transparent, we invite the press. Hindi, okay lang ako. No, remember I'm not here to quarrel with government. It's so hard to fight City Hall. I have no ability, nor the power, nor the resources to fight City Hall. I'm here only to explain our side, hoping that the government will listen and we come out with a win-win solution. Gusto mo, ano ba ang medyo if taken excessively masama sa katawan? Kung anong, halimbawa sugar, then ilagay mo. Sugar minimum intake is maximum intake per
Pero
day.
kung ilalagay kung ano
Yun.
content, ganon. Yun
Or-
ang sabi mo.
Dapat the basis should be content the tax. Ito if you use, ulitin ko kanina in-explain ko that mali ang ginawa nilang volume ang basis ng tax. Because in effect you are taxing water. Now, I am proven right. I was about to bring this to court. I was planning, honestly, just to correct it. Ang nangyari, hindi yung by volumetric, no? Hindi tama eh. Now, I'm proven correct. Why? If you use now sugar, if you want to tax sugar, or some comment on sugar sa label, then it should really be sugar content. Why? If the purpose is, sabi nyo, health reason, prevent obesity, and that will end up to diabetes, ang dapat yun is content. Because I, as manufacturer, the tendency is to use less sugar so that my tax will be lower. Tama ba? If you use sugar content as a basis. Am I correct? Halimbawa ito, 10% sugar dito, o 10 grams, 6% of that, 6 tax mo may percent. Kung halimbawa 20% ang sugar mo, 20 grams, mas malaki ang tax mo. So, it will follow that those who are manufacturing will try to minimize the use of sugar so that less. As a matter of fact, the price alone of sugar in the market will already prevent these people from using sugar. In the import, sugar in the world market is 1,400 as against domestic at 2,800. See? Nakita mo yung nagreklamo yung mga kwan? Wala lang, because that's part of life. And then yung may substitute nila doon sa fructose, sa corn, tinaasan. No, wala tayong magagawa. That's government function. May reklamo ba? Wala. Ang reklamo lang ng mga candy manufacturers namin at saka beverages is pa-importin mo naman kami. Kasi yung ini-import na candies dito sa ating bansa, mga beverages and so on, uses the world market price of sugar. And here we are to compete with them using a domestic so big ang gap, no? Yun lang naman. So namin, the basis should be of tax should be based on sugar content. Why? The more sugar you use, the higher tax you'll pay.
Tapos na.
Ha?
Tapos na yung train na yan.
Hindi, ang ibig sabihin, they should review. That's why we have in Congress and in the Senate, we have the Oversight Committee. The Oversight Committee is the one that check, di ba, kung may mga mali. For instance, sabi nyo, ulitin ko lang ito 17 years old, sabi ni Senador, sino yung magaling na Senador? Si walang magaling. Sinabi niyo yun, walang magaling. Hindi, may sakit. May sakit.
May Alzheimer's. Kailangan ng sugar no mga yun, sir.
Ganoon? Hindi, kailangan. Alam mo, mabuti sa'yo, sugar lang. Ako, ang kailangan nun, sabi namin na frontal lobotomy. You know what is frontal lobotomy? Yan, honestly, alam niyo? Pagka naging ang rolo, ang isang may sakit sa ulo, dito tinutusok yan. I know because my brother is a doctor kaya. Dito tinutusok. Binibreak yung...
May kilala akong candidate yan, sir.
Sino? Sabihin ko sa kapatid ko, libre. Hindi, na binibreak yung yun ang age ko niyan. So, mga 1 month, parang bata ang ugali. Pero pagka nagkadikit uli, magiging, ginagawa lang doon sa mga yung violente na mga, kasi may doktor doon sa UAE noon, tinapon ng pasyente. Inansay. Buang sa psychiatric way. But going back, okay. So, sugar should be based. Ngayon, bahala na sila, Bernino, kung paano nila aralin yun. Ang sinasabi ko lang, to achieve the purpose of minimizing the intake of sugar ng taong bayan, if dapat gawin natin ang base ng tax ay hindi volume, kundi ang sugar content.
So,
Therefore,
I-amend natin ang train 1.
Nasa sa kanila yun. Well, if to correct the situation or the issue is to amend, so be it. Inuulit ko nga yung si asawa ni yung artista. Yung senador, yung tiga-liberal na senador na presidente ngayon ng Liberal Party.
Si Sharon.
Si Sharon Cuneta. Oh, sorry. Si Sharon Cuneta ay yung sabi niya, 17, wala pa daw intinas niya, di ba? Ang exemption. Juvenile, yung siya, 17. Oh, ngayon, nag-aral ba itong mga ito? Ang kasamang palad, yung mga marami sa ating Congress, mga lawmakers, hindi nag-aaral. Bakit? Sabi niya, wala pang gustong pag-isip. Wala pa yung the proper discernment, yung mind, what is right, what is wrong. Ngayon, tinanong ko sila Hindi naman sila makasagot. Ba't inaalaw mo ang kabataang barangay, 15 years old, to run the barangay? Oh, sige, tanungin niyo yung mga congressmen kung ano sagot sa inyo. You allow a 15-year-old guy to run, may hawak ng pera, lahat sa barangay, di ba? Pero sabi mo, 17, wala pang hustong pag-iisip yan. Kaya pa na nagkawindang-windang ng mga kabataang barangay. Leveling yan una natin. Pangalawa, kung ganun ang issue natin, that sugar, train law na naman ito, kung ganun ang issue natin, bakit yung tinatax ang Coke Zero at ang Pepsi Max? Why? If the purpose, and now it is glaringly presented by the department, ang purpose is to minimize the intake of sugar. Bakit mo tinax yung ano? What's the purpose of taxing this zero? Yan na lang ang katuwaan ko sa buhay na nakakainom ako na sa edad kong ito ng sugar free. Bakit mo tinax? And yet, you give us 20% discount on medicines, kami senior, so that we can prolong our life. Pero doon sa Coke na zero, papabilihin mo kami ng mas mahal. So, I mean, there are inconsistencies. And if there are inconsistencies in law, the little law, knowledge of law I have is that must not be the right interpretation. If the result of the interpretation is absurd, that must not be the right interpretation, or that must not be the right law, or correctly crafted law. Yun lang naman ang request namin eh. Education, tutulong kami. Tulungan namin. Isama namin sa mga curriculum. May nakita ko sa supermarket eh, nakatawa pa yung mag-asawa eh. Hindi kami nagbabasa ng mga label. Happy pa sila, they're so proud. Dapat talaga turuan magbasa sa States. Yung apo kong maliit, binabasa nila ang label. Binabasa nila. Whether na-intindihan niya o hindi ko alam yun. Pero ang ibig ko sabihin, binabasa. Ako, I read. Kaya it takes a little while na natuwan-tuwa ako pag nakakita ko sa SNR ng, naku, sugar free, sugar free. Yung pala libre ang sugar sa loob. Hindi ang dapat ilagay doon. No sugar added. Sa akin ang mas tama yun. Kasi sugar free. Libre ang sugar nasa loob. No, but yan ang question ko. Dapat nga reviewin lahat yung batas na ito. Iayos natin. It's not too late.
Train, yung product labeling.
Yung train, yung product labeling. Kasi ang sabi naman ni sino yun? Sa DTI sabi. That is truth in labeling.
Si Ruth.
Warning is not a truth in labeling. If you talk of labeling law, yun lang. Kailangan ang address mo. Kung hindi ikaw nag-manufacture, ilagay mo, manufactured by so and so, for and on behalf of the distributor, kung sino. Ganun namang labeling. I've been doing research sa product research when I was still young. So, yan ang mga labeling law na dapat. At anong mga halo doon. Why? Very strict ngayon sa states. Ilalagay pa niya ang posibleng magkaroon ka ng allergy.
Contains peanuts.
That's why yung PR kanina, tinanong ako kanina eh, Sir, meron ba kayong allergy? Sabi ko, wala. Lahat kinakain ko. Basta libre. Kabiro ko kasi ito sila, Irma eh. Although galit sila sa akin. Hindi O sige, hindi na ako. Mabait yan mga yan. So, yun lang ang issues natin. That anything for that matter, any food excessively taken is bad.
Kakain pa naman ako ng lumpia.
Ba, pakainin kita ng 10 ganyan. Masama ang katawan yan. Anything excessive. Kaya may tawag tayo, moderation. Even in courting, moderation. Mahirap
Di ba
yung...
kayo na-consult about this? Di ba na-consult yung FPI?
Wala, bigla lang lumabas sa TV yun eh.
I mean, like yung, di ba?
Hindi, pag salita ni Presidente, may yan ang leveling load, lahat na. Parang chorus. Mahirap.
Masyadong tinake seriously si Presidente, ganun ba sir?
Sino?
Masyadong ba tinake seriously or overacting yung mga nila?
I
Hindi
don't-
nag-aralan yung ano.
It's only them who can say whether they're overacting or not. Me, I'm just an observer. I may have different impression.
Masyado silang ano. Hindi nila pag-aralan yung...
Dapat, sabi nga sa
Wala
Kastila,
pa naman sir, hindi pa naman...
sabi nga sa
proposal
Kastila,
pa lang.
my mother always remind me of this, and I still remember, antes que hacer, pensar bien. Before you do anything, you think it well, think hard. Antes que hacer, antes que se hace, mira lo que hace. Bago mo gawin ng isang bagay, tingnan mo muna. Bago mo mag-jump, baka may bato sa ilalim, pag-jump mo sa tubig, basag ang ulo mo. Yan ang mga issues na.
Kulang na ako sa sugar.
Ha?
Kulang na ako.
Kulang ka sa sugar? Lagyan kita ng marami. Hindi, kasi, sorry. Yeah.
Sir, dito sa 132 corporate members and 38 industry associations, ilan din yung sugar manufacturers?
Sa member ko, the entire confectionery, candy and confectionery biscuits, member ko lahat yun. Beverages Association, member ko rin. Mga food manufacturer, wala masyado. Pero yun ang mga heavy sa sugar, yung mga member ko. Ganon din yung member ko rin na heavily sa mga kuryente. Yung mga oil milling, lahat malalakas sa kuryente. May millions. They pay, one oil mill is paying about 20 million a month.
Yung sugar manufacturers mismo?
Member ko rin yung,
Sila lahat?
Yung biyak ang members ninyo, sir.
and then, member ko sila Dong Barua, Sugar Millers Association. Hindi, whether that members or not, hindi ko naman tinitinan kung I'll cite you know, although hindi tungkol dito, tungkol sa smuggling. I discovered one of our members in the state, sa state ito, mukhang nagparating ng ano eh. Alam ko, they use another group to import. So, kinonfront ko. Nagalit sa akin. Sinususpend namin, nag-resign. Di okay lang. Wala tayong magagawa eh. Even if I will be the only one remaining in the association, okay lang sa akin. I don't make money as chairman of the association. Okay lang sa akin. Nasa tama lang ang ginagawa. Sabi ko nga, hindi ko nasasabi sa inyo palagi, ang ending ng speech ko ulit, bago mag-ending ngayon palang sabihin ko na, I always say this. Alam nila Ermata yun, hindi. Sabi ko, I don't claim to be a saint. But I assure you that I am not a devil. Hindi ko sinasabing ako'y santo, ngunit tiniti ako sa inyong lahat na hindi ko ako demonyo. Nagkakansinya tayo. In other words, kung nakikita ko na reasonable naman, halimbawa, ang diferensya ng import at saka no, mga 10%, baka nakatawad lang naman yung tao, no? Sabi ko naman sa customer, okay naman. Pero if the difference is more than 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, something is wrong. Something is wrong. No, nothing in the world market na ang diferensya lang mga cents na ganyan. Walang ganun. Na parehong product, ha? Parehong raw material. Maraming ganun. As a matter of fact, did I give you copy of the study of University of Asia and the Pacific? Padala ko sa inyo. Gusto niyo yung soft copy na? Padalan ko kayo lahat. It's a study of the 8 industries. For 5 years, ang nawala sa bansa natin, including multiplier effect, is 900 billion pesos. 8 industry lang po. I'll give you the copy. We spend for that study. Kasi gusto ko na may study para pag nakita ng gobyerno, pinag-aralan namin. Hindi yung hula-hula lang kami. Hindi namin hinulaan yan.
Anong year din, sir? Ginawa yung study?
2005 to 10 to 15. 10 to 15. 2010 to 2015. 5 years. Sugar, sorry, ano ba ito kasama? Steel, cigarette, coconut oil, wood, battery, fuel, basta walo yan. Nasa ano, padala ko sa inyo. Give me, sino ang kumuha ng listahan dito so I can send? Sige ha, I'll send, I'll give you exact yung copy kung ilan. Pinamimigay talaga namin yun. So people will understand kung nilalaban na namin ng smuggling, it's not really to protect us. But in a way, to protect also our industry and to protect the country. Kawawa na tayo. For instance, ito may isang issue ko. sidetrack muna tayo ng konti, ha? May appeal ako sa DTI to put back flat glass under mandatory product standard. Why? Ang labanan ngayon, there is only one company producing flat glass sa atin. Yung Asahi, di ba? Asahi was owned by Filipino before, then nagkasosyo ang Japanese, then kinuha ng Japanese lahat. Then ngayon wala ng Japanese. Ang may-ari ngayon is certain ang family name Go. But Filipino, Chinese na. So, may pumapasok daw na mas maninipis. Kasi to get out from that base price yung reference value. But dangerous naman yan. Ang sabi daw ng DTI, hindi ko pa naman nakamit si Secretary. Nagsulat ako. I to meet with him and explain to him that when they say, sabi ni kanila, kaya daw dati yan mandatory product standard. Pero inalis. Bakit inalis? Kasi daw ang glass hindi naman life-threatening. Ano yung pina-research ko? Na ang panel ng glass. Nakita mo ang hotel, puro glass yan.
Binalaglag.
Pag yan ba'y nalaglag at tamaan ka sa ligway ka kaya? So it's not life-threatening according to them. And the gun is also not life-threatening. And then, going back, yung flat glass kasi, nung Saturday sa radio program, inulit ko, sabi ko, we should learn from the past lessons of the past. Naalala nyo, kayong mga bata pa hindi yata, naalala nyo yung meron tayong National Steel Corporation? Yan. We were thinking of medyo pa na yun, medyo nandun na tayo sa, hindi pa tayo doon sa pinaka-base material, no? Nandun na tayo sa intermediate, no? As raw material. Nagkaloko-loko yun. Bakit? Pinagkapirahan ng mga ibang tao doon. Kaya pumasok yung Wintec, di ba? Hotec muna. Then Wintec, nag-take over, nagkalugi-lugi pa rin. Kaya sabi nga namin, pimasukan ng Wintec, sumunod ang Hotec, kaya nagkalintik-lintik. Ay, sinabi ko yan sa radio. So what I'm saying is, we might have a repetition of the glass. If we don't take care, hindi naman protection that they will have fixed profit na, but protect them rightfully against yung mga pumapasok na smuggling, substandard, and so on. Yun na lang ang habol natin. Yung substandard, huwag na natin papasukin. Sabi natin, sige natin ang exercise. Ano? Duck, cover. Ano yan? Duck, hold, cover, and hold. Pero, ang mga glass at saka mga sabi nyo, not life-threatening. Why are we doing some exercises? Because sabi niya, the big one is coming. And yet, we are protecting ito, pero hindi natin tinitingnan kung ano mga pumapasok ng mga substandard steel, substandard na mga ceramic tiles, whatever. These are contributory to disaster that may happen to us. Siguro hindi pa nyo, I was 6 years old in Sorsogon when we had a strong earthquake. Tumatakbo ako, Chinese school pa ako, nung pagtakbo ang mga maski na one story, tumutumba. Patay, ang daming patay. So, we thought that was the end of the world. Sa amin, no. Kaya nakakatakot yun. We have to be prepared.
Pero sir, may case ba kayo sa side of the entry of substandard? I mean, is there like a
Na ano?
substandard na flat glass?
Ay, meron akong ipe-present sa DTI. Dadalhin ko sa pag nag-meeting kami. Pero huwag tayo lumayo dun sa sugar kasi baka magalit sa akin yung coke. Sabi ng coke. Pero alam mo, sympathize with coke. Naawa ko. Kasi yung ginagamit nila, yung corn, pinatukan na mas double tax eh.
Para bumili sa local, kaya mahal ng local.
Hindi, ako ang suggestion ko sa sugar, no, ganito. Sabi ko, mawalang galang sa inyo. Ang sabi ko, sugar, puro ko kayo member, sugar at kayong mga gumagamit ng sugar, allow them to import. For every bag they import, they will buy from you one bag also. Kasi short ang sugar eh. Ang daming plantation ng sugar. I came from Bacolod 2 weeks ago. Ang daming plantation ng sugar na converted na into subdivision. Oh. Sila mismo mga tiga Bacolod nang nagkukwento rin sa akin. Ito sabi niya, dati ito, plantation ito. Ngayon, nandyan niya si Ayala, ang laki ng mall. Nandyan ang Robinsons, ang laki ng mall. Nandyan ang SM, ang laki-laki. Wala na. So when you put up malls, ang kasunod yan puro mga housing na. Yan? Na ganyan yan. It follows. So, kung may shortage, dapat siguro, sabi ko nga, ang tanong ko, bakit sa rice, pag may shortage, nag-import ka agad kayo? Ano ang pagkaiba ng sugar farmers at saka rice farmers? Wala akong sinabi ha. Tinatanong ko lang kung magkaiba. Kasi if I learn from the past, if the market is no longer contestable by domestic competition, then you have to allow import so that the market will become contestable. Meaning, there will be competition. It is only in competition that we will partly arrest itong mga spiraling prices natin ngayon. Increase production. If you cannot produce locally, import so that maging contestable ang market. That is one way to arrest the inflationary tendency ng mga price ng goods. Tingnan mo ang rice. Sa rice lang. Di ba umangat ang presyo? Nung dumating ng NFA rice, bumaba naman. Ganun lang eh. Yan ang law na hindi kailangan amendahan, hindi pwedeng amendahan. Yung law of supply and demand na pinapa-amenda ni Magsaysay. Biro lang yan. Pero yun ang kwana, it's something has to be done. Order should be implemented sa mga takbo ng panahon ngayon. Kasi walang kaduda-duda, pag tinaas mo yung excise tax, ang fuel na tataas talaga lahat. Bumagsak ang dola, ang peso natin, talagang tataas. Kaya tumaas yung mga tingkan. Because we are not producing. Why? We lost National Steel. National Steel was producing tinplate before. Oh, nagpaproduce ng tinplate. Ngayon, we import. Wala tayong local production ng tinplate. We import. So we are affected by the peso depreciation. Kaya to counter that is to produce more. In other countries, they even stop exportation just to supply the market and stabilize prices in the domestic market. Before, nagkaroon din tayo sa coconut. In-stop ang export namin noon ng kopra. Talagang stop, zero. Why? Because we have to cure the defects sa domestic market. Anything more you may na-miss ba ako sa gusto niyong malaman tungkol sa sugar? I'm not an expert in sugar, but sa mga members ko kasi I always study their industry so that I can react properly sa mga issues. Yes.
Gaano kalaki yung shortfall ng sugar natin by your estimate?
Ayan ang problema. Sabi ko, pagdating sa ganun, ang talagang authority dyan will be the Department of Agriculture and the SRA.
Wala kayo, sir?
Hindi ko, wala kaming research sa sugar. Wala, sorry, no. Kung siguro, ako I would suggest that itong mga beverages sila, Coke, baka alam niya yan. Because they keep track. But if you ask me before, nung nasa coconut ako, alam ko ang shortfall ng mga kopra, shortfall because that's my line.